topics I think journalists must highlight in the days ahead. Too many people go to work in abject conditions. Our public transport has to change. We must insist on a working BRT, whether in this government or the next. The trotros we sit in are not worth human lives. It has to change. The places people stand to look for cars are not dignified enough. Circle and those places, by the time you get to work, you're already sweaty. We need a civilized public transport system, and the media must lead our agenda. We sank over $1 million in 16 hospitals. Not one of them is working. We must move the conversation from concrete buildings to how many human lives are being saved in our public institutions. We must go back to focus on the patient and preventive health in our health reportage. As for education, thanks to free SHS, is a major issue. But we should move away from whether free SHS or quality is what is needed to go into what content the children are getting and how do we sustain the gains of the increase in the attendance we have in secondary schools. Our growing urbanization has its concomitant challenges: expensive rent, lack of housing, growing crime, social vice. Let's stop just reporting promises of housing and actually come up with alternatives for housing our poor. As for sanitation and open defecation, I don't know where to start. We need to insist on a working recycling program, and every house needs a toilet. It's a national disgrace for 20% of the population to do open defecation, and on consistent rankings of sanitation, Ghana does abysmally. Our big suit and our big English notwithstanding, we must go back to basics. For every nation to develop, we must take care of our simple issue of disposal of waste. And how can I end without talking about the cancer of corruption, petty or grand? People have to pay 10 cedis to get a TIN number. If you pay a bribe to earn the right to pay a tax, has the tax not already been collected? Enough of the corruption. We must start naming and shaming saboteurs who sit in public spaces and frustrate ordinary citizens. We must start exposing people who use their opportunity and position to victimize and to titillate. We must highlight the evils of corruption on various levels and expose and punish effectively people who walk about with impunity after having stolen our monies. We must remember that this nation was not given to us by people on a silver platter. They were men and women who sacrificed their life and their time to get us where we got to. Some were beaten, some died, some were shot, some had to lose their lives to bring us independence. It's now our turn to move the nation to the next level. We can't afford to fail the next generation. We can't afford to relax and be comfortable watching football matches and eating kebab and drinking beer while the next generation gets destroyed. It's time for the new generation of Ghanaians to arise. Arise from the ashes of complacency and move into the future of diligence. We must arise from laziness and hypocrisy and move into a future of hard work and humility. As Ifrimamu said in the great song that he sang, he says, Yenara yasasini ya bozindin mayen mojana na nanu shegui nyadi tuho mayen. Or see, edru meni unsoso. Is now our turn to contribute our quota to this effort. The nation must not die in our hands. Let it not be said that in 2018 we lost it and lost the next 50 years. He says, Nimdien trasu tunon nkutunkrane, cheating, any apeseminkuminya, selfishness are destroying our country and has maimed our character. And he makes a statement. He says, Omano sebeye ya na omano se enye ya. The success or otherwise of the nation depends on the collective attitudes of the people. And so if we don't change our values as a people, the country is going nowhere. So the days of complacency are over. We should stop titillating ourselves and keep saying we are the first country sub-Sahara to be independent. Many countries have overtaken us and we are still wallowing in the argument of changing governments. We have to focus on the hard issues of development. These issues require time and patience. They require deliberate planning and they require humility. Ghana's elite must not fail the next generation. We can't be repeating the mistakes of the past and hope to have something different for our children. I want to urge you to rise up and insist on good citizenship, better leadership, and greater commitment to the national good. Let's rise up. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty and help us to resist the oppressor's rule with all our will.